everybody, and a massive welcome to this week's episode of the Irish Wrestling Podcast. With your host, it's myself, Sensational Queen Lizzie, at your service, and it's himself, Booker G, Bad Times, the one and only Jerry Rush. Today, we are only delighted to be joined by what can only be described as one of the most notable figures on the independent wrestling scene, and that is not blowing steam anywhere whatsoever. It is the goddamn truth. He is the current Gene Munny champion of Gene Munny. He's a very good boy, but deep down he is that damn dirty dog. It is, of course, the one and only Gene Munny. Tell us, how are you?
I mean, I feel even better after having that introduction. One, being called notable. That's news to me. Two, oh, you should be announcing shows. My goodness,
I've been
I
telling
feel
her
pumped already.
Good.
No, I'm very well, thank you. I'm doing absolutely grand. How about yourselves?
Good.
We're doing great,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. It's a massively, we're obviously both massive wrestling fans, and we obviously contribute to the circuit as well. But it's a hugely exciting time, more than anything, for independent wrestling. And it really is. As a fan, it's just there's so much going on, and just can't get enough. So from that perspective, we're flying, and in life in general, we're there. Tell us, the Dome, Tufnell Park, the 7th of March, Gene Munny's Daft Lad Emporium. You must be buzzing out of your mind for the next 6 days.
So there's that bridge that crosses buzzing and absolutely caking myself,
Yes.
because
Fine line.
I don't get me wrong, it's bloody lovely to have this situation, and oh look, Progress have put this faith in me to run my own show. Fantastic. But at the same time, Progress have put their faith in me to run my own show. I am terrified by that. I think, like, it's lovely to know they've got the faith to put that in me, but it's a lot more terrifying now that they have. So yeah, I'm running my own show, fortunately on Progress's dime, but Gene Munny's Daft Lad Emporium. It's something I've had in the back of my head since before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's good to kind of finally be able to show people the madness that's been buzzing in my ear for the last 3 years.
It's going to be, I mean, as I say, definitely there is a fine line between absolutely bricking it and this is going to be the best thing ever. But to see it come to fruition, and, you know, as you said, you've had it in your head since, as you said, 2020. So now it's going to come to life, and it must be just like, and the fact is that it's a very, very different wrestling show to anything that we've ever seen before. And I love that there is a bit of suspense, a bit of intrigue, a bit of what the is going on at all, because that adds to it.
And that's just from the wrestlers involved in it.
That's just from the wrestlers involved. Like, we haven't got a notion, but we are all in, pardon the pun. But I think that well, surely, is there anything that you can tell us about it?
Yes, I'll give you a few. I'll give you a few little inklings. So the wrestling itself and all the matches that have been announced, they're absolutely going to happen. There's no, you know, magic behind the curtain that those matches aren't going to happen in any way, shape, or form. They will. Like, at the heart of this is still wrestling, but I love wrestling storytelling. Like, to get that peek behind the, you know, what's happening behind the backstage. I love that kind of putting together something in regards to not just how we do the cool moves when it does a match, but how we're going to plot this story. What are the beats? How are we going to achieve that? And that's why I've always loved wrestling, like, since I was a wee kid. And now, rather than putting that in 7 matches, I want to put one story throughout the entire show and have that story affect every single match on the card.
That's amazing, because it's a feeling, isn't it? Aside from the physicality, it's a feeling that you get. Let's say, since we were kids as well, it's that feeling, it's that hook that you get, that just you buy in completely to it. So that sounds phenomenal, doesn't it?
How did you convince Bestie and Lee to let you run with this?
This is it. Like, I thought it would be more difficult to do it. Like, I sent a WhatsApp to someone on creative over there and said, look, I was supposed to be running this show with Wrestling Resurgence last year. Fantastic promotion in Leicester in England. But we couldn't make dates work. I don't suppose Progress would ever want to run with anything like this. And I expected nothing. And instead they said, yeah, how about March the 7th at the Dome? And so now we're here, and it's actually a thing. I still can't believe they've done this, because it's the most, other than the wrestlers on the card, it's probably the most unprogress show they've ever run before. Yeah, I can't give too much away after that, but not a clue why I think Bestie's involved because he's seen the script, he's seen like the treatment, he knows what it's about, and I think he knows how good this is going to be and how entertaining this is going to be. I think it's a bit of a gamble for them to run something like this, but I'm bloody happy they have.
Yeah,
it's not the first time you've had something named after you. Obviously, you've got the Gene Money Championship, you've got the Daft Lad. You previously had the Gene Money Tournament of Excellence.
Yeah, at Good Wrestling. At Schadenfreude and Friends, we had the Ballad of the Baker Street Blues, which Baker Street was my theme music at the time. Yeah, we've there's been a few weird things named after me in this industry. Fingers crossed they'll all remain to be good, but I think Tuesday that we'll see.
That's it. I'm pretty sure it's going to go down in history, if anything.
I think
definitely.
So. I think we may see a few people trying to recreate it in other promotions. You know, if it gets successful. Like, do you have like a copyright on it, or?
Oh no, not yet. But I mean, I'm not the first person to do something like this. I mean, Schadenfreude and Friends have done, shows that are beyond madness before. Like, they did a whole show once that was inspired by Battle Royale. So the only way you could progress in the tournament was to kill your opponent. So like I was wrestling Lucky Kid, Teo Man. Yeah, and I ended up getting blown up by a grenade. The end match of that entire show was, I think it was Danny Luna, Chris Brooks, Tyler Bate, and I can't remember the fourth name, in a Hell in a Cellophane match where the entire ring was wrapped in cling film. So, I mean, it's not that show by any means, but I mean, you look at Trinity Brawl over in Ireland. Like, I'm a big J Money fan, not just because our names are very similar, but the man makes magic, and I'm trying to make a bit of my own magic over here next week.
Well, speaking of J Money, you had a run over them at RCW recently. Is that match confirmed?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take back everything I said. I might be a big fan of him, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna put his head in the floor,
We kind of saw a different side to you that we've seen you a few times over here, and we've never seen you be that version of yourself. Is that something you're going to run with, or is that something?
I think so. I've been my eyes have been blue for quite a few years now. I never used to be, I'd put my foot on the floor and I'd be turning my heel for like years. And then like 2018, for some reason, I was a good boy and everywhere was running with that. And I think with more people have started to see this year that I can be a lot more entertaining when I don't give a shit about what I'm doing. So yeah, I think maybe some people won't be calling me a good boy and patting me on my head anymore.
Well, is that happening? Is Good Friday confirmed? Are you coming?
I'm there. Good Friday.
And it is yourself and J Money. So
myself and J Money. I don't know if that's been announced yet, but I'm pretty sure that is the match. Excellent. And then I've got a horrible journey to Edinburgh the next morning, but there are no flights from Cork.
Oh, shit.
So myself and I believe the evil Session Moth will be very tired fighting on a plane together.
Oh no.
Not the first time you've had to travel with.
No, we've not the first time. It's gonna be that WWE flight where Lesnar and Angle were sparring all over again.
She is on the card actually for the Daft Lad. LJ Cleary was announced as well.
LJ Cleary as well. I mean, although he's not Irish. We've got Omari there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and J Money was on my list of people to get on there, but I couldn't quite squeeze him on, which is a shame. But yeah, LJ's fantastic. I wrestled LJ. He was my first ever defense for this. For my G Money Championship of G Money back in September in Cardiff for Progress. And LJ is just fantastic, isn't it? LJ is just brilliant.
Yeah.
The fact he's so underutilized in England is a piss take, frankly. That guy's brilliant. And I don't know if my show will change any of that. I hope so, but you know, he deserves more eyes on him in different positions. And LJ's going to be in a very different position in my show. I will say that. I can't give too much away. Session Moth, I don't know what Session Moth's going to be doing. She's a bit of a rogue right now. We're as long as she's not trying to pin me, then I'm fine.
Are you partaking? Are you hosting? Are you going to be...
I'm hosting the entire evening. I've just picked myself out a very nice suit to wear. Yeah, I've got a couple of helpers helping me out in the ring with me that evening. But I will be going to be doing all the hosting. So I think you can watch my public meltdown live in person. I don't think I'll be able to hide anything on my face, whether it's good or it's bad or it's crying. You know, we'll see.
Excellent. My God.
We're looking forward to getting the chance to watch. Progress, I know they're gone from the WWE network now. Will they have their own on-demand service now, or are they moving into?
They do. So, like, oh my God, it sucks now because it's not only they're gone from the network, all their stuff's gone completely. Like, I can't even watch any past stuff for myself. Yeah. I used to be able to be like, yeah, I'm on the WWE network. Now I can't even do that retrospectively. Yeah, so yeah, they've got Progress on Demand or Demand Progress, I think it's called. Just Google it. I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be joining a streaming service at some point later down the line, get that big appeal that the network brought with it. But I don't know. I'm not on that side of business, thankfully. I'm on the side of using their money to book a fantastic card.
There you go, win-win.
Wait, before we get into anything else, I think we should go for the quiz.
Yeah,
let's do
it. Ready, cool, fabulous. Nothing too stressful or, dear God, pull out the encyclopedia. What you going to ask me? Just all fair, straightforward. So yes, Shane Munny, are you ready for your quiz with Liz?
Yeah, let's do it. It's not like I've got enough stress on my plate. Let's do this quiz.
I know now. Look, calm down. Look, we won't compare you to anyone who previously got it, but I'm just saying. So, tea or coffee?
Tea.
Sun or snow?
Snow.
Okay, cool. Starter or dessert?
Star.
Ooh, interesting. What would your second choice be?
Right. So there's two ones that come to mind. There's this banging place in my hometown that sells this baked goat's cheese with orange blossom honey in it. So it's like you're sweet and you're savory. But also there's an incredible wing restaurant in Milton Keynes where I used to live, where they have the best chicken wings ever. So I've never had it before, but I want to dunk their chicken wings in that cheese.
Like
Joey. Your girls on bread. Yeah, that's it. That's a very Joey friends. Oh, all day long, twice on a Sunday. Chips or onion rings?
Chips.
Excellent. See the future or change the past?
I want to say change the future. I want to say see the future, but like part of me is like, oh, I kind of do want to change the past a little bit. Let's say see the future. Let me sound more optimistic than bitter.
There you go. Favorite moment in wrestling?
The favorite moment in wrestling, bursting out of a doghouse for my Progress and first ever debut match.
Fantastic. Favorite opponent?
Chris Ridgway. Dude is just phenomenal. Brings out the best in everyone, and he's just so bloody good.
And there's nothing better than acknowledgement from your peers, is there? On that kind of a level is madness. Christmas or Halloween?
Christmas. Absolutely Christmas. It's better food.
High flyers or storytellers? Pretty sure we know.
Storytellers. Absolutely. I mean, there's room for high flyers. Absolutely. If everyone was just telling boring stories, get you sent a book. But like, you need some fireworks and some razzle dazzle sometimes.
You do. Absolutely. Pulls it all together. Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Fabulous. Leopard print or zebra print?
Oh man, literally, I had this toss up when I was like getting a new suit earlier. Right now, zebra.
Okay. We'll forgive you because you're under a lot of stress.
Don't get me wrong, most of my gear has got leopard print on it, but
Yes.
zebra, I think it's much more like when you're trying to complement it with something else, white stripes, it just helps merge things. Leopard print can get a little bit too clustered. You try to mix it and match it with anything else, then it gets a bit
Yeah, it's pure standalone, isn't it, really, to be fair, the leopard print?
It is. Zebra is like good for matching with other things.
Yeah, definitely. Tell me, nipple tapes, Band-Aid or Elastoplast?
Just good old wrestling sports tape.
Excellent. Perfect.
Yeah,
no endorsements here.
Afterwards.
No plaster endorsements here. Cups going into the cupboard, right side up or upside down?
I have never thought about this. Right side up, right? I know the dust kind of goes in it then, but I think in my cupboard they're face down. I have no idea. How is that question confused me?
Yeah, you have to have a thing.
Face down. Screw it, face down.
Excellent. Ooh, tough one. Lee McAteer or Martin Best?
Oh shit, the bed. Oof. Oh God, you really put me under pressure now.
You can love them both.
I do love them both. I'm gonna say, Bestie edges it a little for me.
Ooh, he'll be delighted.
I think just because Bestie doesn't really know, well, before, like last year, didn't really know that much, in regards to the industry. He was very new into it. So just seeing his reactions to things was fantastic. You kind of got that read on someone who's never been as involved in this industry, and that's kind of like why I liked it.
Yeah, and that's why well, isn't it? Though at times that's kind of needed, a completely fresh pair of eyes,
Yeah.
The great outdoors or close the effing door?
Depends on the weather. I like the great outdoors. Yeah, but if it's raining, I'm inside.
Yeah, defo, absolutely front of the fire. Favorite place to wrestle and why is it Cork?
I do love Cork, apart from the fact that the changing room is the size of this phone that I'm recording on. It's tiny. Like, you're getting changed on the stairs, you're getting changed in an office. The office has a toilet in it. But yeah, like I do love Cork. I do love the Kino in Cork. It's fantastic. I loved Alexandra Palace in London when I did that a few years ago for Progress. That was great, 2,000 plus people making noise. It's bloody lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, can't beat it, is it? It's a pure buzz. Fill in the blank. Taylor Swift is
noisy.
Don't go to his show. He's not a Swiftie. Just kidding. And finally, the Steve Harvey show or your appearance on Quiz with Liz?
Oh, Quiz with Liz, hands down.
100%.
I mean, I can't imagine I'm going to win an air fryer on this one, but
well, let's take what you could have won.
I had to do a whole dance routine.
Fantastic. Jean Munny, that was your Quiz with Liz. Thank you so much for taking part.
Thank you very much.
And don't think too much tonight about the mugs.
Don't, turn them all over.
Honestly, I'm going to go grab a cup after this, and that's going to plague me now because I can't even think what they look like.
That is brilliant.
Speaking of the Steve Harvey show, what? When we found out what?
I was in LA with my wife. Like, we did Route 66 as a honeymoon, and we were in LA, and we were stopped and asked if I wanted to be on TV, and I said yeah. And then I was doing a cheerleader routine, and I won an air fryer. It feels a bit like a fever dream. But I was flying to New York afterwards, so I didn't want to pay for an air flight to come on a plane and then transatlantic with me. So I asked the people behind the scenes, I was like, can I swap this for something that's not ginormous? They gave me a pair of headphones, which broke within a week of being home. So it was a whole thing that happened. That's the only way I can describe it.
Have you ever got a chance to watch it back? Is it available somewhere?
No, never. But when I was in LAX, someone who'd watched the show said, weren't you on the Steve Harvey? And I was like, yeah, I think I was. Yeah.
What Today's episode is brought to you by manscaped.com, who are the best in men's below the waist grooming. Precision engineered tools for your family jewels. You can join over 7 million men worldwide with an exclusive offer just for you. If you take our code IWE20 and enter it at the space provided at checkout, not only will you get 20% off what is in your basket, you will also get free worldwide shipping. That code is IWE20. That'll give you 20% off what's in your basket and free worldwide shipping. Nobody likes to pay shipping costs. So Manscaped, with this exclusive offer, are going to throw in free shipping as well. We highly recommend that you use this discount of 20% off at IWE20 with the free shipping against the Performance Package 4.0.
Yeah, the Performance Package 4.0, it's a game changer. I've been using Manscaped for how long now? 3-4 years.
Easily.
Had the 3.0, got onto the 4.0. It's got the little LED light now, so if you're shaving in the dark, or it is water resistance, you can take it in the shower. You know, reduces all the nicks and tears. If you've had them in the past, they sting, especially if you use like minty shower gel. It's not fun. So we can, you know, reduce the nicks and cuts for your balls. But the Performance Package, you know, what it includes, it's the 4.0 trimmer. Obviously, it's got the weed whacker, ear, nose, hair trimmer, the crop reviver toner, the performance boxer briefs, and the all-inclusive, the one and only Manscaped ball deodorant, which
game changer.
It's a game changer on its own.
Absolutely.
Amazing. I don't really like Lynx or any you know, deodorant spray stuff like that, but this is like a moisturizer, like that smells amazing. You can put it on your balls, but you can put it anywhere else in your body as well. It's a deodorant. It's, you know, it's for your balls, but you can onto your pits, on your face after you shave, on your hair. It smells amazing.
Yeah.
It'll leave you smelling fresh for the day.
Yeah. Just a really great clean scent, you know, really, really is. So definitely, as Jerry said, you can take everything packs into a nice little package, to take with you wherever you need to go. So obviously you can take care of your own package by popping everything into the wash bag that comes with the Performance Package 4.0. So if you want to join 14 million balls, I think that's my maths done correctly, worldwide, get on it, get onto manscaped.com, get the Performance Package 4.0 into your basket. 20% off at the space provided at checkout. Use the code IWE20, 20% off and free shipping. So go and support manscaped.com, and we thank them for joining us for this podcast.
And don't leave your lad daft. Shave that shaft. Yeah, perfect. Tickets still available for next Tuesday? Is it sold out now?
Oh, don't put that pressure on me. Yes, the tickets are still available, unfortunately. The tickets are still available. You can find tickets and all the information by Googling Progress Wrestling and then clicking on tickets, or bit.ly/Gene Emporium for all your ticket needs. Or just message me and I will try and shill all the tickets I can to you. I will upsell. I'll try and sell them to your nan. I'll sell them to anyone. Just because if this show doesn't go well, like, I think Leah Martin are going to perform a vasectomy on my career. Like, but we'll see what happens, you know?
Excellent. We hope it goes well. I hope it's as daft as it seems to be. And whoever the surprise Hall of Fame luchador is, I can't wait to find out who that's going to be.
Unreal. I can't wait to
quite big. I don't know how I've pulled this one off. Honestly, I'm very proud of myself.
It's not Daniel Bryan or Brian Danielson.
No.
Daniel Bryan, no, but I did get in touch with him for the Dean Allmark match. Because Daniel Bryan, he's worked the camps for years. Like, he puts a lot of his success on working the camps. Everyone's got a Brian Dixon impression, and like him included. But no, I can confirm that won't be Daniel Bryan, unfortunately, or Brian Danielson. My apologies. He never got back in touch, so blame him, not me.
And I've one last question. Your kicks, your custom kicks, where did they come from that you had on Instagram? They were sick.
Oh, so there's a guy who comes to Progress Wrestling, and he came up to me on Sunday at the show and was like, "Gee, look at these," and they're just 2 custom branded Gene Munny Daft Lad Emporium shoes.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely insane. And then a minute later, a guy was in a custom Gene Money jacket. Like, that stuff's wild. The
Nice.
fact that I have brainwashed enough people to damage their own clothing is
There
fantastic.
you go. No,
It's
you
power that I can't
impacted them.
wait to yield.
Impacted
That's
them.
the art of Gene Money, the art
That's
of wrestling.
amazing.
That's it. If you had a superpower and it was only to convince people to change their clothing, how would you use that for success?
Oh my God. Well, I'd start with Madonna and the cape she wore at the Brit Awards that dragged her down the steps. I would absolutely do that for a start, and then I would move forward. But but you know, to have that impact on somebody who I can't imagine their excitement coming up to show you those.
It's wild, right?
Oh, that has to give you all the feels, like all the warms and fuzzies.
Did he give them to you, or was he wearing them?
No, he put them on my desk. I use them to help sell my merch. They don't fit me, so I can't imagine they'll be on my feet for the show. But yeah, they're so cool just to see stuff like that in the wild. So so bloody cool.
Amazing.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Been a pleasure. Lovely having you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't
Yeah, I love talking to you guys. Thank you very much. No air fryer, but you know, it's been great.
Sorry, could be worse. Could have been a speedboat.
It might not work over here. The plugs are all weird in America anyway. You probably wouldn't have plugged in anymore.
Exactly. So yeah, massive thank you for joining us today. We are excited, really rooting for this show, and feel that it's going to be something pretty special. And for all of you who are going to be there in person, god damn you, but enjoy it, make the most of it, and support the independent wrestling scene. Why? Because to be fair, the one in Europe is probably the best one ever. We have some of the best talent when it comes to high flying, storytelling, and giving wrestling fans the experience that they deserve and that they crave. So support the independent wrestling scene. So
thank you. Absolutely.
Yeah, big time. Massive thank you to Gene Money for joining us today. If you are not following us on YouTube or subscribed, what are you doing? Get on it. We are Irish Wrestling Entertainment, of course, on Instagram and also on TikTok, where there are millions and millions of views. So go enjoy the people there who are having a little look. We are, of course, on Facebook as well. Please find us. And from myself, being Sensational Queen Lizzie, himself being Booker G 5 times, and of course, the damn dirty dog, Gene Money himself. Have a fantastic time, and we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.
Thanks very much, guys. See you all soon.